We're going to start our session for today. Be comfortable yourself and relax your body. And keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and let your whole body weight go down. So gently close your eyes and focus your mind to this bell sound and follow the sound, please. So while you follow the sound, let your body to settle down itself and mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing, especially, and also relax your thoughts. Just focus to the sound. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, today in this meditation session, we mainly going to focus our practice towards samatha and vipassana. So that is what we keep practice through this time period. And samatha meditation and vipassana meditation, there are different meditation techniques and interpretations and we can find nowadays. So when it comes to meditation, it became a very common word during this pandemic situation. So even though it's like that, when it comes to meditation, there are few things that you have to understand. Meditation you can do for whatever the reason that you look, and but here mainly what we practice, this is the lifelong, the for your whole life. This process is not for a pandemic situation, or this process is not for a kind of like a mental situation. This practice is not for kind of like a personal situation that you go through. Out of that all, this is about deeply understanding and recognizing the very nature and the behavior of life and the self. So when it comes to Buddha's teaching, one of the main purpose was self-realization, recognizing who I am, what I am. So what I'm doing here, what I want, so where I'm going. Deeply you question yourself and recognizing. So for that, you have to have a very clear, calm, comfortable, relaxed, sharp, strong mind. Because seeing ourselves, question ourselves, analyzing ourselves is not easy. Physically or mentally, if you are weak, you cannot do this. You can for a certain level. So remember, for this practice, physically and mentally both, you have to be kind of like in good condition. So for that, you have to work. Nothing going to come itself. So when it comes to meditation, also the same. So then when you look for, when you sit for meditation, you have to be very clear what you look, because there is no time for you to look here and there and go through choices. Then you have to do homework yourself to find out what you really want. Then when you sit for meditation, you cannot spend the time to think about that thing. So you cannot spend this time to look what you want. It's your homework. So once you've done your homework, with that clear mind, you can sit. So once you sit for meditation, so the very important thing in the beginning, before you going to analyze something, just allow your mind to settle down and make sure yourself, your mind not depending from any kind of view or any kind of thoughts or the patterns, behavior related to your past. If so, what will happen? Whatever you experience, whatever you see, going to mix with that past experience. So because the very nature of the mind and our experience, so whatever the perception that we experience, even whatever the feelings, sensations, formations, recognition, we analyze, it always going to depend according to the condition of the mind. So in the beginning, through tranquility meditation, we settle down our mind without depending from past and the future. So once the mind able to come to tranquility state, your perceptions, your analyzing, recognition become very clear. That is what happening in samatha meditation. So what you hear, what you see, what you smell, what you taste, what you feel, whatever the thoughts come to your mind become very clear. So then you're able to see, hear, smell, taste, feel, understand that perception as it is. That is what happened. You're going to recognize it as it is. So as example, when you see this bottle of water, so you recognize it, it's very clearly. And whatever the nature and the behavior, this everything related to this bottle of water, you're going to recognize. But how about if you angry, sad, worried, disappointed, you have disturbed mind, whatever happened before. Maybe this water bottle you can see as something else. Like you have angry mind and then you can use it to hit somebody. This one you don't recognize this as a water bottle, then you take this as a weapon. Or maybe you have a very happy mind and you look for something to offer to somebody. So then you can use this water bottle as a gift. See, the condition of the mind change the perception. Tranquility meditation, what it does, so mind come to a point, it doesn't have any views, it's become completely neutral, but neutral, it recognizes it's still, it recognizes itself without dividing it to anything. So that is the convention, that is the the samadhi. You experience, you see, you hear, you smell, but you're not going to go with your thoughts. That's mean you you allow your defilement formations to settle down. So then when you experience something, no defilement or the formations, sanskara, that come and interfere with your experience. But that doesn't mean your sanskara is not there. It is still there. But for the moment, it's not going to disturb. So then when you develop that pattern little by little, little by little, little by little, what happening? You in the samatha meditation, you able to experience something as it is without your past experience. That is a kind of like a beautiful, experience that you can have in life. Because if you bring your past experience, what will happen? Like when somebody said you're going to meet someone tomorrow, and one of your friend had a discussion with you, and then you told that, oh, I'm going to meet that person tomorrow. Then so that person tell you, be careful, I don't like him. So maybe he telling it with the good intention. So you're going to meet that person, and even you don't know why that your friend already don't like him. You don't know. Maybe your friend made a mistake, or maybe he had another different condition of the mind. So you go tomorrow with that mind in you. So when you see that person, of course, you're not going to see a good person. Why? Because already you precondition your mind. So that is what happening to us. So the samatha means you get out of this preconditioned mind. It doesn't matter whatever. So even in the dark time, that if you if you have idea about the demon with the like the teeth came out like a tuskers, with the big hair and the black and everywhere, hair. It's like the demons that you saw in the pictures. And then you somebody say there is a demon. So you precondition your mind demon is a very bad, dangerous. How you know? Maybe he's very kind hearted, friendly person, and maybe he's a very wise person. Like one time the Buddha met the Alavaka, and then later Buddha had the discussion. If you read that Alavaka Sutta, you see how wise that person, that demon. So like that, how you know this is what our life. So the samatha means you get out of that old preconditioned mind. You get out of it. You get out of all the views. You get out of the all the patterns nature and make your mind just the mind. But that doesn't mean it's not going to end. That doesn't mean it's going to end. No, it going to be there. It's still belong to the samsara. The becoming nature is still going to happen. That's why you need the vipassana. So remember then, in samatha meditation, you get out of the preconditioned mind, you get out of the thoughts or the habitual mind, and let the mind to settle down itself, and it will help you to see things, experience things, smell things, taste things, feel things, understand things as it is. So that is samatha. How far you can do? It can, that yawns by yawns you can see, this you recognize it, this bottle as a water bottle. What it, that's it. It's nothing else. So that is samatha. So that's why for practice that, we come to our inhalation exhalation. We focus to our in front of nose and upper lip area and allow your inhalation, exhalation to happen itself. So when it happens, and don't think about it, don't try to maintain your inhalation, exhalation, don't hold or don't try to do any kind of exercise, and don't visualize yourself, just naturally itself allow it to happen. But at the same time, when it happens, you recognize it. In the beginning, this is inhalation, this is exhalation, separately recognize. And then once the mind settle down with that, now you can see inhalation, exhalation clearly. And then bring more attention and follow the entire continuation from beginning to end. Recognize the inhalation and exhalation both. And while you're observing that way, some inhalation, exhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. So no one doing it, just it happening itself. Just recognize it. And sometimes you feel more relaxed. Why? Because now mind settle down with the inhalation, exhalation, and recognize it. But don't go with that feelings. Stay with the inhalation, exhalation. You feel more joy sometimes. Why? Because nothing going to disturb now. You developing undisturbed mind. Maybe you first time in your life you experience it. Why? Because we so disturbed through this whole journey from the birth, even in the mother's womb. How we know? We not disturbed. How we knows? We don't know. Maybe deeply it already in our mind like a blueprint. We don't know what happened with our parents or the environment, even in the mother's mind, whatever the condition that if she had a worry, fear, sad, maybe that if it for us. But now you yourself completely get out of this all and you feel more relaxed and joy. And sometimes people cannot handle that. They get out of wow. Sometimes they get so excited and then it disappears. So be relaxed, just whatever happen, don't go with it. Let it happen. Keep focus to inhalation, exhalation. And sometimes your own mind start to bring your past memories. Why? Because now you're dealing with the mind. So the mind has its nature. It's like waves. The first wave start to come. So what is the first wave? Very recent memory. So what happened yesterday, whatever last week, last month, so like that. Maybe happy things, maybe sad things, and sometimes neutral things also. This come, pop up suddenly. It kind of like sometimes you cannot handle that. You cannot handle that. It's because, as example, somebody blamed you. While you hearing the blame, you don't care about it that much. But you heard and you get hurt, and then you go, and after 5 minutes you start to think what that person told me, why he blamed me, and then you get see that all the developments, everything now come, then you get mad and you start to find that person. So same thing happens sometimes when you practice meditation. So maybe you had some situation or you have done something yesterday or maybe in the morning, now you sit for meditation, and that everything start to come, and more than that time the pressure going to become more. Why? Because your mental formations start to involving with it. So what you have to do, just remember in this very moment you practice meditation. So bring your mind again and again, again and again, stay with the inhalation, exhalation. No matter what, keep focus to inhalation, exhalation. Even sometimes you feel kind of like somebody going to cut your head. Keep focus to inhalation, exhalation. Don't get disturbed. And you feel sign like, it can happen. That's why people are afraid sometimes. You know, you feel kind of like somebody come and start to hold your neck. Keep focus to inhalation, exhalation. Then little by little, little by little, it will go away. And you feel something going to happen. Nothing going to happen. It is your mind. Just keep focus to inhalation, exhalation. So sometimes happy things can pop up like that way. Then you feel joy, the pleasure, and then do you sweating, the body become tight, that everything. Just observe and know it all your mind. Because it happened yesterday, not now. See that how thoughts create this moment and get back to inhalation, exhalation. And maybe the second wave, so then it will settle down. Then the second wave come. Like 10 years, 20 years back, whatever happened, and things suddenly pop up. Maybe even you don't remember that. But once a while you used to think about it, maybe. But that things can pop up. Don't go with it. Use the same technique. Stay with the inhalation, exhalation, knowing this all just the game of the mind. And then the third wave come. It is strong. All or everything, moment by moment, it becomes strong. But you have the best tool. What is that? Get into inhalation, exhalation, stay there. And sometimes from the sansaric journey, all the memory, the mental formations, defilement can pop up. Whatever the last previous birth behavior, like as an example, you was animal. So now you practice meditation, everything settle down, and then suddenly what happening? That nature start to come, and then you feel like a tiger, you feel like a lion, you feel like a monkey, you feel like a elephant. Who knows? Maybe you feel like a snake, and this all the nature start to come. Don't go with it. Just keep focused to inhalation, exhalation. So then everything, once it settle down, anymore mind not going to play with you. The mind start to know, oh, he now get into meditation, forget about it. I cannot disturb anymore. Then he start to help you, appreciate your own mind. Whenever you have opportunity, you sit for meditation. See, that's it. The society the same. See, the people the same. The very first thing what they do, they criticize you, they blame you, they hit you, they try to destroy you. But if you don't react to that, and if you work yourself, when you become success, what will happen? They cheer you, appreciate you, worship you, pray for you. So like that. The same thing it does to our mind, does to ourselves. So this is what you have to know through meditation and experience yourself. And then in the society also you become more relaxed and calm. You're not going to disturb for anything. This is not you have to learn through books. Now you experience it from the mind. So then the mind, body, the breathing, everything settle down, and the joy and the pleasure, everything come together. But you still stay calm. That is the tranquility state. You develop the clear clarity and to recognize all the perception as it is, without any manipulation, without any kind of precondition. And then now your mind become usable. Now your mind become more sharp and clear, and that is where you can go to analytical meditation, vipassana meditation, panya bhavana. So now what is happening? Now you able to recognize this bottle as it is, then when the first you recognize the bottle as it is, now you investigate what is this? What is this bottle mean? Because if in the beginning, if you don't recognize this as a bottle, how are you going to recognize this as a analytical practice? How you going to deeply investigate about it? So now you see this as a bottle, and then you sharply, clearly observe what this is, how this happened like this. And even not by single details, you go there, everything. And that is where you're going to understand how things come to be as they are. How this come to be as this is. That is vipassana. So the samatha, you recognizing this as it is, and vipassana, you recognizing this, how this come to be as this is. When you are able to recognize this, and with all the perception, with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, what you see? You see impermanent, unsatisfactory nature, selflessness. Once you recognize it within your own perception, and also with the five aggregates: form, feeling, sensation, formations, recognition. Once you see impermanent, unsatisfactory nature, selflessness. Form, you recognizing impermanent, unsatisfactory nature, selflessness. Feeling, impermanent, unsatisfied, and the selfless. Sensation, change, unsatisfactory nature, change mean impermanent, unsatisfactory nature, and the selfless. And the formations, impermanent, unsatisfied, and the selfless. Recognition, impermanent. Recognition not going to be permanent. Recognition also impermanent, and also that also have the unsatisfactory nature, and there's no any place to settle down, and also selfless. Once you're able to come to that, that itself create a situation in your mind to get out of all the defilement, or the becoming nature, grasping, holding nature, and getting something as it is. You don't hold it like that. So mentally you become free from the mind. So after that, what is happening is you have to experience it. So I can do just take you to the top of the mountain, showing the path, but seeing the landscape and understanding it's up to you. So let's get practice to little bit. And your right palm on your left, and neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable yourself. Let your whole body weight go down, and bring attention to your body. Scan head to toes 3 times yourself, and say Supatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment, with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, This is the last moment we spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation, and later recognize the impermanent, unsatisfactory nature and selflessness within the sensation or the feelings that you can recognize. So bring your attention to in front of your nose and your upper lip area. Deeply and gently breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And just allow your inhalation, exhalation to happen itself. And recognize this is inhalation, this is exhalation. Follow the entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation. Also, you may experience some inhalation, exhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft. Just recognize and accept it. Recognize the impermanent, unsatisfactory nature and selflessness within the experience that you go through. Bring your attention to your body. and observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe, also as far as we can through galaxies, other planets, stars, reminding ourselves like this with clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one, out of anger or ill will, wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward and visualize yourself and send it as a light to your backside, to your left side, to your right side, downward and upward, to all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun. Spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance, or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, so when we practice this meditation, we come to a point ourselves experience the very nature of the mind. So once you able to experience the nature of the mind, you become more responsible within yourself. It is not something you controlling your mind, because if you control your mind, who is the controller? So what is the difference from the mind from the controller? So, but when it comes to understanding, so it is not somebody understand about something. The system itself recognizing and work, the very closer, the very closer example can give for this system of this Vipassana analytical meditation is the algorithm. See, the system itself maintained, but it is not somebody doing it. So as example, when you call the bank and then it say, number 1, 2, if you want to call to pay your bill, press number 1. If you want to go to your account details, press number 2. If you want to talk to someone, press number 3. And if you want to go back to the main menu, press 0. So then when you hear this, you think that somebody that from the other side keep doing this. There are some people think like that. There are some people think like that. So in the beginning of this, I was in a temple, and that high priest very new to the pawn. And when the recording go, the number you dial is switch off or something like that, that he thinks somebody else talking from the other side. And he called me and tell, Santa, can you look and can you tell that I want to talk to this person? So when I try to explain, it is not somebody in the other side, that high priest cannot understand. But he telling, why not? I heard that somebody talking from the other side. So like that, the same thing happened to our own consciousness also. When it comes to recognition, we think it is doing by somebody. That is what we take as soul. But in the five aggregates, in the Vipassana level, that the Buddha deeply analyzed and recognized this, the method of this becoming an experience, form, feeling, sensation, formations, and recognition. Each and every part separately, and when you analyze, you recognizing each and every part has the nature to change, and the unsatisfactory nature, or not settling down with the good or bad or neutral anything. Another thing is selfless. So there is nothing after these five aggregates. But what you used to believe, even there are some believe these five aggregates as something or somebody, especially the consciousness. That's why you have to have a very sharp, clear mind to understand. But when you look yourself, when you experience yourself, when you recognize it, because you cannot deny, you cannot reject, you cannot resist. When you recognize in that your own inhalation, exhalation, or the recognition or the feelings change, you see it. That seeing itself is the point. Change all the views. If you don't see it, you cannot get this by thinking or understanding. So the thing is this, in this conventional life, we maintaining our life with lot of help from the outside. But remember, there is a moment come, this everything going to go away. This everything going to go away. You have to go away, or this everything going to go away. Somehow this is going to happen. But with one thing, what is that? The ideas or the concept or the formations or the believing, the views that you carry within yourself. Why? Because even though these things go away, it's not going to disappear. It's not going to disappear. This in this material world, there's nothing going to disappear. What will happen? It's going to become something else. So the entire our body the same. It have the same thing happened to us from birth to now. What happened? We didn't disappear. It became something else. It became something else. So then, behind this all, that the power that hold by the becoming something, not this outside nature. This outside nature has all the heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness. But inner ourself, the becoming nature hold by the desire. How you can know that? Look yourself, look your past, and see where you are today, and from this point, and look your past, and you will see somewhere you had desires to be like this. And in the beginning surface level, sometimes you reject it. No, I had a different dream, or no, I had a different wish. But still, because that surface level, like when you go to the outside and look at the sky, you're not going to see all the stars. You see very bright, very few stars in the beginning. But when you keep looking, what will happen? You start to see unseen stars. They are hidden, but it was there in the beginning, you didn't see. But now when you become more sharp and clear, you're going to see more. And how about you bring a telescope, the smaller one, and then you see, and you recognize something, and you bring a little bit more bigger one, and then you're going to see some more. So like that, little by little, if you make it more bigger, sharper, clear, what will happen? You're going to see more. And then how about you take the Hubble telescope, and then you see far away. So then in the beginning, you didn't see that anything. So like that, ourselves the same. So then you have to remember yourself, the reason, the very reason within ourselves. There are something. We don't see it because of that what will happen. On the surface level, what we see, we fight with that. That's why in the beginning we see, oh, this happened because of this person, that situation. So like that. Then we fight with it. And we miss the real reason. So it is there. Then what will happen? Again. So wherever you go, again and again, again and again, same experience going to come in different way. So through meditation, what happening? You start to recognize the reasons and you start to work with it. And once you see form, feeling, sensation, formations, recognition, change yourself, you're not going to be so crazy for feelings. Feelings going to be there, but when the feelings arise, you know, even before it arises, you know it's going to change. And even the form, with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, whatever come as perception, it is a form. So we look for that, we ponder to outside world. We always stretching our inner being towards outside. How far? There is no limit. How far? Far away. Even some people dreaming to go to Mars. See, it can stretch. You can stretch your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, even many light years towards in this universe. So when it comes to how about becoming, and some dreaming to become a kind of like a human being again in a different ways, and some people dreaming to to become animals, like different whatever the animal they like. Some people they like to be like that way, birds, and they like to become like birds. Dog lovers like some like to become like dogs. So whatever the the pets that they have, they like some really wish to become like that. Even during the Buddha's time, people used to behave like that, and today also same. There's no different. So see, you are in a human form, but you stretching yourself. Your all five senses already. You stretch towards something. Why? Because you don't see that whatever you become, it's going to be impermanent. So then you want to experience that. Then experiencing is nothing wrong. This is what missing. Remember this very carefully. So there is another name for Buddha, Tathagata, the person who went through, called Tathagata. He went through all the experience, all the things in the life. That's eons by eons. He had this samsaric journey. So went through. And we also go through. But what is the difference? So the Buddha himself, he went through something, and we also go through situation. What is the difference, Buddha and us? So remember this very carefully and learn it yourself. So when the Buddha went through something, he experienced it, understand it himself, he changed, and he upgrade himself. He changed. He didn't experience it. He never go back to it again. He once experienced that. Even all the situations. He went through very bad situations. He have done very bad things. But He has done it, he learned the lesson, and he came out of it with that knowledge. So, like that in the samsara, what is the difference? He had a one-way journey. So, and the one-way journey towards the enlightenment. What is the difference with us? So, he had the one-way journey. So, we go round by round by round, the same road. And we also go through. What is the difference? We never learn anything. We don't upgrade from the lesson. We keep repeating. So that is why when you go through something, nothing, we all human. We make mistakes, and we not complete 100% like enlightened. We are not perfect. We have to go through situations. We have to learn things, and we cannot expect from any situation to be perfect 100%. No. But the thing is this: we don't learn, we just go through. But the Buddha is not like that. If you look for enlightenment, when you say Buddham saranam gacchami, you know so that is the one quality that you have to develop. What is the quality? Learn, experience, and you go through. You don't afraid, you don't run away. No, you go through it, but one time. Don't allow yourself to happen it for the second time. Don't allow it to happen for the third time. Maybe the situation come the same, like other people come the same, like, but you not going to be the same. See, around the Buddha, the most of the people that used to be, and through the samsara, they also used to come that way. They also had the behavior like that. But some of them used to be the same. They didn't change. And they are still somewhere in this samsara. Maybe with us. But the people used to have the profitable skill, learn and change, learn and change, learn and change. And when they heard the Buddha is there, what happened? They went and they learn and they change. So then yourself look around you, read your own book. It's everything is there. All the Tripitaka inherent in you. There is nothing you can find in Tripitaka or the Buddha's scriptures that not applicable for your life, and you're not going to see something new there. When you read the Tripitaka, this is what happening. Yeah? When you read, you start to see your life there. And then you see, oh, it's kind of like me. Why? Because Buddha used to talk to people. Like us, Buddha used to talk to people. So all the sutras for people. So we have that behavior. And when you see it, you recognize, oh, this way, this can practice. Oh, this true. Why? Because we also go through this. So then develop the technique. You experience. Don't afraid. Don't run away from any situation. It is okay. And even don't teach children. Only go for good way. No, it's not like that. It's a life. Look the Buddha. Some people used to, and come and try to kill him. And, on the way, people were hiding and shoot arrows. That is the best weapon that time. It's like today having, guns. And used to throw, huge rocks and claim the Buddha as a murderer. So many, the people came and argue, blame, and insult everything. But he, he was not worried about that. Why? Because through the samsara he went through and he learned it. So then for your children, even yourself, remember, learn to go through situation. It is okay. When you say Buddhan Saranam Gacchami, you have that quality within yourself. You trust that path. You go through, you learn it, whatever the situation. But you learn the lesson, you become matured through your own life. If you become like that way, no one can stop you. Most of the in the world, most of the successful people, in conventionally, even successful people, one of the best quality that what they had is they learn to go through situations and they get the best out of that situation and they become a better person. But what will happen to us? We also go through situation. How about one meal miss, hungry, we destroy everything. We cannot handle. We go against everybody. When we get hurt little bit, we go against everyone. We cannot handle. When we fail little bit, we cannot handle. If we get rejection, what will happen? We cannot handle. We destroy others or we kill ourselves. But what is the difference with the Buddha? No, he went through that. He went through all the insult, rejection, that difficulty more than us. But the beauty, he went through, he learned, became better, became better, became better. So then yourself also, remember, you sit for meditation. Oh, monk told, focus to breathing, and you just dumb. No, you just become kind of like a robot, and you just become that's it. You don't learn through yourself. So you have to learn. You have to look. You have to try everything. If it is doesn't work, if you cannot find the inhalation exhalation, you have to try everything. You have to get out of the pattern. That is what the Buddha's teaching. You don't go with this, oh, it should be like this. No. When it comes to vipassana, you completely become free. That freedom is the most important part that you have within you. That is the best tool that you can use for success conventionally and spiritually for your development and the enlightenment, your freedom. How you can sharp it? Changing yourself. So if you not change yourself, if you're always settling down with your comfort, you're not going to find the freedom. You have to kick out your freedom that you settle down. That is where you ready to get into disturb. You willing to go through the situation rather than holding the comfort. So that is where from samatha you go to vipassana. That is the major difference, because the samatha, it's allow you to settle down. It is so good. It's a samatha. It's kind of like a samsara babysitting. Why? You will never get out of it. You just go with it. You maybe get into kind of like a good existence, but still you are in the samsara. But vipassana is really wake up and you start to see. So then yourself always remember, you don't afraid go through situation. Why we afraid? Because we don't learn how to get the best out of it. We don't learn how to absorb it. That's why we are afraid for that. So that's why we have the fear. That's why we afraid to fail. Look at the Buddha's time, his journey, just as a Prince Siddhartha to attain till attaining to Buddhahood. Look how many times he failed, reject, but still, you know, He look for what is this. So 5 minute, 10 minute ourselves when we sit for meditation, when there is this experience come, we stuck there. We cannot kick it out. We stuck. And even we don't learn it. Why? Because the next day also the same. The next day. After 10 years, the same thing. I know because after 8 years, sometimes when I talk with some, they say the same thing. They don't learn it. They go through the same. No, it's not like that. You have to try. If it is doesn't work, remember, try everything. Be like a hungry teddy bear. That's the example. Be like a hungry teddy bear. You try everything. You don't keep it to rules or regulations or the patterns or the methods. You get out of that all. That is vipassana. You have to be strong to be like that. All the patterns, methods, it is for the beginners. It necessary. It's for beginners. But when it comes to vipassana, so then in day-to-day life, always remember yourself. When it comes to your experience with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. So we cannot get out of this. Don't try to reject any situation. Don't try to escape from any situation. No, be very clear and without holding or grasping or rejecting, and learn to go through, but experience, become better person. Then you will see every moment is a good opportunity for you, for your sansara, till you attaining to the Nibbana. That is where you have a story. That is where you going to to learn step by step, and you enjoy the journey. So develop that every day with everything, and look into that and see what is the lesson that you can gain. If it is a hard time, see what is the lesson. If it is the good time, see what is the lesson. If it is a rejection, criticizing, see what is the lesson. Then you become better person. That means you become new person, moment by moment, every day. So if you don't work for that, what will happen? You're going to be in the samsara. After eons by eons, eons by eons, when the same kind of character, two people come together, you recognize you're going to stuck with that person. Why? Because the same. You will never experience somebody new or something new. So then what will happen? You go through the same thing with the same people, same drama, same argument, same fight, same food, same eating, same enjoyment, same thing. That is what called sansara. No, you have to keep the newness, freshness, that learning something, becoming better, learning something, becoming better. No matter what, every day, in every way, you learn something, you go through any situation, you become better person. So remember that when you able to develop that pattern within yourself, your liberation going to become very, 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 very closer to you. And the life you experience going to become more beautiful. And then you will see that everyone around you, how they nourish your enlightenment. And once you have that understanding, you become more vulnerable regarding them. That is where you have the compassion, respect, love. Why? Because you start to understand these people. It's kind of like a soil for the trees. So you become better because of them. So then you're not going to criticize them. You're not going to go against them. And only one thing come out of your heart. What is that? compassion, love, help. When you become like that person, that half of your journey you complete. So it is a mission that you have with the vision. So always remember in yourself, this everything, inside, outside, this everything is trying to nourish us towards our liberation. But it it is your responsibility. So what is Tathagata means? The Buddha himself, when he went through, he learned it, he changed it, get the best out of, move forward. No criticism, no escape, no fear, no rejection. He went through that with the respect. So then what our situation, what we does? We always go circle, circle, circle. We don't learn anything. Same thing, repeating. Why? Because caught up with the habits, and it's kind of like a current holders. So then what you have to do, get out of that and go through any situation, and but learn and become better person. That will take you to the total clarity. So with that, I bless upon everyone with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbitiyo vivajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava ettavataacami sampadang punya sampadang sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhutanumodantu Sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya idamme punya kammang asavakkaya tu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Blessed.